Hello, world. Much blessings upon one and all. So, the word for today is let Jesus be the biggest blessing of your life. Let Jesus be the biggest blessing of your life. My dear friends, we know that the word tells us, I suppose this is in John 15. Jesus says that He is the true vine and we are the branches. Jesus is the true vine and we are the branches. And Jesus says that if you abide in me, I will abide in you. So, as per the word, let Jesus be the biggest blessing of your life. And what I want to say is, instead of chasing people, instead of running after people, or like let's suppose our lovers, whoever, and instead of running about after the things of the world, wealth, power, authority, there are two kinds of authorities, one that is bestowed by God upon you and one that is worldly. And so instead of running after such things, worldly things, okay, and instead of being obsessed about people or such things, whatever you may think of, greed it is called as, when it comes to things and material wealth. Okay, so let us strive, let us chase, my dear friends, spiritual wealth, and this will do us a world of good. And let Jesus Christ be the greatest blessing of our lives. So, God has blessed us. I'm sure that God has blessed you too. But let not that blessing be enthroned as the God of your life. Let the one who has blessed you, that is Jesus, be enthroned on the altar of your heart, my dear friends. Because the things of this world, the people of this world will come, the things of this world will come, they will go. But Christ is eternal. He lives forever and ever. He will never die. And He is forever. He is forever, my dear friends. So let us cling to something which is eternal. Let us not cling to something which is temporary. And let us cling to something which is permanent. And it is not that we are in need or want of what is permanent. We all already know that the one who is permanent, who is always with us, is Christ. And if we cling to Him, and if we keep our expectation low about people, about things, so we will not be disappointed, we will have a good life, we will have a fruitful life, my friends. Fruitfulness does not come from the material things of this world or from the people of this world. Fruitfulness, true fruitfulness, is from following Christ. And this is why I say that let Jesus Christ be the greatest blessing of our lives. Let Christ be the greatest blessing of our lives. And we see that when we are in love, and for example, many must have gone through this. So, after a breakup, like we may go through depression, we may go through disappointment, we feel this is the end of our lives. But my dear friends, that is not the end of our lives, okay? Because if you have built your life on the foundation of that relationship, if you have built your life on the foundation of that power, if you have built your life on the foundation of that wealth, if you have built your life on that foundation of that fake worldly authority, when you are stripped of that, then your house will collapse. Your when your worldly authority is stripped off, so where do we land, my dear friends? We land just on the ground. There is nothing. But when we build our house, when we build ourselves on Christ, okay, even when the other things are stripped away, we are left with nothing of this world but on the foundation of Christ. So this is the right foundation and this is not the faulty foundation. And it is good that we learn all these things in our youth, so that as we grow and grow, and mature more in age, we get married, we have children, we pass on these values of Christ to the young ones and then to the next generation, and it goes on and on. So, my dear friend, if I am living today and if you are alive today, it is my duty, it is your duty to give a direction to the future generation. We may not be alive to see the future generations, okay? But today, if I lay a good foundation, the seeds, if I if I sow the seeds of Christ, okay, today in my life and in the life of my family, in my neighborhood, in all the people around me, and if I lay these seeds, okay, we will see the fruit definitely in the forthcoming generations, and it will be like a flow of water which will go on. Sorry. So what I want to say is build your life on Christ. Do not build your life on that boy, that girl that you love. It is of no use, my dear friends, but let us love others with the eyes of Jesus. Let us love others with the heart of God. Let us love others not with the love that is in us, not with our human love, with our selfish love, because humans are selfish, that is for sure. And let us be selfless, okay? And even if we are selfish, we know it is not right, but I'm no one to judge anyone. And even then, we can always learn, and we can, sorry, we can, like how a sunflower turns this according to the sun position of the rotation, according to the movement of the sun. So let us be inclined towards Christ. And this is why, my dear friends, when your foundation is built on Christ, even if you go through a breakup or whatever in life, as the worldly things are stripped away from you, you will land on us. When you fall, you will land on a safe foundation, my friend. And this foundation is Christ. But my dear friend, if the foundation is not Christ, okay, if there is no foundation, this is you. And when you fall, you will just fall, my dear friend. You will fall in that pit which will be very cruel or gruesome, to come out of. But we know that the light of Christ is always there. The light of Christ, the light of Christ can just remove the sting from our deepest wound, from the trauma of our souls, from whatever that we are in. There is the light of Christ, which is available. And the light of Christ, my dear friends, is not just a flash of light which, or like blinded Saul, which opened the eyes of Saul. The light of Christ is not just like the earthly light. The light of Christ is the effervescent, the living light of God, okay? And it is unlimited. It is, you get it beyond measure. It is limitless. It is unlimited, just like the love of Christ, my dear friends. So let Jesus be the greatest blessing of our lives. And as I was at church, the Lord put this on my mind, and He said that He gave me a download, and He said that people, even Jesus is present, even without our existence, okay? So Jesus is present even when we cease to exist, my dear friends. We have a lifespan, we are living, and then we are not there. But Jesus Christ, my friends, He is eternal. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever, and He lives forever. So He is there evermore, forevermore. And the word tells us that Jesus is the beginning and the end. And this term, it is not that Jesus just came, God just started to exist when it says the beginning and the end. So it means that Jesus is there. It is just to make us understand that Jesus, the word tells us that Jesus says, I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the beginning and the end. So it does not mean that, Jesus is beginning somewhere and ending somewhere. It is not the regular English that we speak, although this is in English. So it means that Jesus is saying that He is the beginning and the end of our lives, but He existed before time. He's eternal. Time is not subjective to God. Okay, sorry, God is not subjective to time, but time is like, I don't know if I'm putting it right. Okay, so time is under the command of God. Let me put it like this: God is not under the command of time. Okay, and as I said that even when we even like Jesus is present even when we are not existing. So let that strike a chord in our heart that even when we are not here, Jesus will be there. Okay, so he's always there. It cannot be that he's not there or he will cease to exist. He's always there. So what I want to emphasize from this is, my dear friends, when we go through depression or through any like grief, sorrow, whatever it may be, what I want to emphasize is that Jesus is there, my dear friends. He's more real than any human being that could ever exist on this earth. He is the most real. He's the most real and who could get. And what I'm trying to say is, even when someone leaves you, you feel that emptiness, you're going through the depression, know that your God, Jesus Christ, is with you. He's with you, my dear friends. Even if you're existing right now, if you're living right now, and you're going through all this, sorrowful, deep, sad emotions, and it is difficult to fathom them. It's like they're out of the world. You feel so. But that is not the truth, my friend. Jesus Christ, okay, who will be present. We just imagine his power and authority, even when we cease to exist, he will be there. That same God who's so powerful, my dear friends, who nobody can just wipe out from the fabric of life or the fabric of existence. That God, my dear friends, who will be there even when you're gone. He's capable of taking care of you. He's there for you. He's with you. Just cry out to him. Let him shine his light in your depression, in your sad moments, and let him set you free. Depression may be real, but Christ is greater. And his light, just a fraction of his light, can just wipe out your depression and set you free, my dear friend. So I just want to give you hope. And this hope does not disappoint us. And this hope is Jesus Christ. And he's alive. He's there for you and for me. And let us cry out to him if you're in depression and whatever it may be, loneliness, panic attacks, whatever you may be going through, financial death, whatever. Know that there is a God. He's a living God. He's not dead. And he can see, he can hear, he can speak, he can do everything that you need for your particular need, and he will definitely set you free. Just cry out to him and he will shine his light on your life. Amen.